What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Diesel Dog video. Got a little project on the 2010 Silverado here, putting in a backup camera. This is a unit I found on Amazon. It's going to hook directly into our aftermarket $40 double din Amazon special, and comes with a harness. It comes with a replacement bezel here. You can see there's the camera there, and it's just going to come right in here and replace our factory tailgate handle bezel. It's going to be a lot cleaner look than mounting in an aftermarket camera somewhere down here and drilling in or whatever. That thing came with a camera. I just didn't like how I would have to install it. So I went on the old Amazon, found this unit. This thing's only like 50 bucks and comes with everything you need. So let's pull the bezel out, run our wire, and run it up front. Try to find a place to tie in, and kind of wing this thing. I've never had to install one of these, so we'll see where we get. I'll just give you a quick closer look here. So as you can see, this is just a replacement tailgate handle bezel there. There's your camera right there. Just be right there. And like I said, it's got the whole loom and everything. So I got to figure out how to pull this out. I'm not exactly entirely sure how this thing pops out of there, but we're going to figure it out. So we got the old factory tailgate liner here. Matches our chintzy plastic bed liner, but got some Torx here. You have to take all these out because we got two bolts here, and I'm fairly certain there's one under this part right there that we got to take out. And then we can focus on getting that handle out there. All right. This thing slides off here now. See if I was right about there being and I was right. Bolt here. First time I've ever had that cover off and seeing paint underneath. Ooh, we're loose now. Okay. Push this back up. Now that our handle is loose, I think we're gonna have to take our trim panel tool and pop this sucker out of there. Yep, like that. Nice and easy does it with your trim panel tool. Pop there. There we go. Another pop. Oh! Let's see what we got going on behind here. Okay. So our cover, like it's just gonna slide out, and there's our lock. Just taking a look to see where I'm gonna fish my wires down through here. I've got some drain holes, kind of some openings down on the bottom here, right in the middle, and then we've got another hole right there going into the bed. So I think that's gonna be our best bet, is right down the middle, through that hole, into there, and then we can run our wire however we choose up the frame rail up to the front. Now the fun part is going to be getting this wire down through that little hole there. So we're calling a little bit of an audible here. I just couldn't get it fished down in that little hole here. So back on the back side here, we've got a bigger hole. Get you a better look there. I got a bigger hole in the bottom of the tailgate there, kind of off to the side here. So I got an old wire hanger, fished it down through there. I tried going the other way, but it just wasn't working out. And then I've got it zip tied to my connector here, so hopefully we can just pull it straight through and get our wire ran here, because that turned out to be a pain in the butt. See what we got here. Man, it feels like it's getting... Getting close. Okay, now we got about in there. Oh, I can see the... Oh, yeah. Look at that. All right. Whew. And there goes my phone. All right. So we got her in, now we can get her down through there. Okay. Down and around, so we're gonna fish that down as well. Okay. All right. Ooh, that already is looking sweet. We're gonna have to swap over our lock to the new one. Pretty easy, just got a clip, retaining clip there, and the new one has a new retaining clip, so let's try her out. We're gonna take our retaining clip tool and pull that on out. There we go. Tool works pretty good. So the new one, as you can see, it's tapered right here. The new one, you don't even have to pull it out. You're just gonna push it right in. It's gonna spread that retaining clip enough, theoretically, if it works properly. There, snap it right in. Both sides, got our key. Okay. This one you can just, we don't need that anymore. Handle back in there first. Like I said, I did pull it all the way out. These are your clips right here for your rods. Rod goes in there, clip, rod goes in there, clip, not very hard. Straight in, clip. Make sure our wire is ran to where it's not going to pinch anything, right? Down there. Monitor, no turning back now. Snap, snap. All right. Uh-oh. Put our one bolt in that's covered on our handle here, just so I have leverage to open this thing back up. Accidentally snap the tailgate. There we go. All right. Now we can put on our cover again. Couple bolts. Put our little Torx bolts, but I'm gonna wait to do that. Look at that. All right. All right, guys, so after watching this, I realized I explained this whole thing a little bit confusing, so I figured I'd make it way simpler just by voicing over this. This is your wiring diagram they give you, pretty simple. These two green wires I'm about to point to, they're built into the harness. You can connect those to get rid of your dotted lines, your parking lines, and it'll just be straight camera. And then you've got two sets of wires, two sets of purple, black, and red wires, one in the front and one in the rear. They're both sets are tied in together. Depending on how you hook this thing up, you can either use the wires in the back and wire straight into your reverse lights, or the ones in the front to wire into like power sources up there. I chose to use the ones in the rear. This is the red wire I hooked up straight into reverse light power, right into the harness, right behind the taillight. I used this red wire. And then the only other wire I used was the black wire for ground. I wired the black straight into the ground for the reverse light, right into the harness there behind the taillight as well. The only other connector will be your connector that goes into the back of the head unit. Mine's labeled camera in, plugged into there, power and ground, and that's all I had to do for this thing. This harness is split up into two different pieces there. You got your camera harness that I fished through the tailgate there you saw, and then this whole rest of the piece, they just plug in together after you get it all fished through. This is up here. There's your other set of wires, and that right there is the connector that I hooked into the back of the head unit, and that's all I did. Obviously, there's a couple different ways you could probably route this wiring up, but just basically following the frame rail all the way up, I went over top of the fuel tank I still got to zip tie some stuff in. I kind of got the wires hanging down here yet because I want to make sure everything works before I start zip tying everything up. But I want to show you how I ran it up into the cab. I saw someone else do this. I'm not going to claim this as my own idea, but on one of the other videos I watched, someone ran it up through there, through the bottom of this plug here. As you can see, someone else already had the same idea. I don't know what that's for. It's up under there, probably for a trailer brake someone had on here before I bought it, which is hard to believe that they took that off. I bought this with pretty low miles, but anywho, just a matter of pulling this cover off right here. And then, well, this one comes off first on the side, snap. This one just pulls straight out. It's got your clips right there. Ran it up through there. It's gonna run my wiring straight up through there, kind of cover it up, you know, up behind there, that way, that direction. Right, dump it right out behind our radio over there. All right, guys, now we can try to get back behind our radio here. If you've never pulled the dash apart on one of these, you're gonna pull this part down here first, release that. You don't have to take it out all the way. You can just pull it loose like that. And then I start on this side. I'm gonna take this microphone out while I'm back here because I don't ever use it. It doesn't sound good. Any connectors you have back behind here for your power outlets or four-wheel drive, you're gonna want to disconnect those, and then should just slide right out like so. A connector there. I'm just gonna let mine hang there because I've got an aftermarket switch there for my light bar. HVAC control unit comes out first. That. Pull that down, and then you can pull the bolts out for the head unit. All right, let's pull that out and see what we have going on behind here. All right, guys, so it's been a few weeks since I started this project, but finally got this thing wired in correctly. It took me a little bit to figure out exactly what combination I guess it needed up on the double din radio because I lost all my schematics when I bought everything. So here's what I got. I got these aftermarket taillights, so wiring here. Basically, I've just got the red wire wired straight into the power feed for the reverse light and then into the ground. So that's just power and ground from the reverse light. And then up here I had to wire the other red wire. It goes straight through the loom. It's connected, same wire. I guess the radio needs some kind of power sense on the radio side camera wire. So that's going to be this wire right here on mine. I think it's going to change colors from radio to radio. Keep your schematics so you know which one is the camera wire. And then your other cord here is just going to plug straight into the back there. Mine's marked camera in, cam in. So I've got those plugged in and everything is working as far as the reverse camera. So it's kind of hard to do this holding this thing. So I'm going to put this thing back together and I'll show you guys what the camera looks like. Also, I'll show you real quick. I just have the wiring ran from that plug down there up under the carpet, kind of up there through the top of the carpet under there, and then straight up kind of through back behind this panel up through here, and then ran it back behind here where it's tied into the radio. So hopefully this right here doesn't interfere with our panel there. We'll see, but that's how I've got it wired right now. Looking pretty good. I think it's going to be hidden pretty decent, so that's how I ran that. Back together, wired in. Let me show you the main reason I wanted to put a reverse camera in this thing. Right there. Two kiddos that run out every time I'm trying to reverse into the driveway. They run out And I'm always scared one of them standing back there, especially that 3-year-old who's just disappeared. But I feel so much safer now having this reverse camera, and it's pretty cool, you know, wiring in a reverse camera in a 2010 Silverado. But at least when I'm backing up, I can see there's a 3-year-old trying to run me down here. One thing I will say, for as cheap as this camera was, the video quality is actually pretty good. Might be kind of hard to pick up on my GoPro here. And there's some sunlight coming in. Step back here. But I can see my kids playing in the Jeep right there. I don't know about the lines, you know, your indicator lines there. I may wire that green wire together and get rid of those and just have the camera. I don't know if I really need those lines, but I'm gonna keep it like that for now. I'm pretty excited about having a reverse camera on this thing, and it's pretty good quality. Just 50 bucks off Amazon. You know, the double din was like 40 bucks. And we got a cheap setup here. Reverse camera, there she is again. They are again. Okay, silly kids. They're pretty excited about it too. I let them have each a turn where they can sit in and watch the other one dancing back there in the camera. So they're pretty excited. They get excited about little stuff like me. I'm pretty excited about this too. So there you have it. Reverse camera on the 2010 Silverado. Something about putting some newer technology in an older truck just feels really good. So I'm excited. Kids are excited. Everyone's excited. Stay tuned for some more stuff on the 2010 Silverado here. Hope you guys like this video. I'll see you in the next one.